Okay, well, I guess I'll start here then.
Yeah.
Obviously you're all very talented actors and actresses in your own way.
We fooled him.
Love the show either way, but everyone usually has that one person that kind of set them on the path to where they are now in their lives. Who are they for you?
Yeah, you go first.
Who was I? Who what?
Who basically inspired you down your path?
Who inspired me? My goodness gracious, I don't know. I just wandered into this business, but I think it was during an episode of Green Acres, an old television show, with Pat Buttram as Mr. Haney. He was running Mr. Haney's acting school in the valley there because a film company was coming. And he had a camera made with a tomato can for a lens and a sardine can and a stick for the microphone. And his advice to everybody was, don't look into the tomato can and speak into the sardine can. And I thought, wow, I'm going to try that. So I became an actor. 30, 35, almost 40 years now. So it's been a while.
I don't know. I mean, there were so many people. I can't very well ignore the fact that my father was an actor. And so, I saw him dealing with the trials and tribulations of the ups and downs of an actor's life and jobbing actor's life, and I thought, God, this matters so much to this man that I love so much. What's it all about? And then he really didn't want me to be an actress. Because he probably wanted to protect me from the trials and tribulations and the ups and downs of an actor. But I did nonetheless. And then I had so many amazing teachers along the way. I'm glad I'm here. I feel very fortunate. Woo! And obviously beyond the grave. I must...
Mr. Murray,
sorry.
For me, I started at a really young age. I started when I was 4. Started all with commercials and such, but really my inspirations that come from the film industry are Natalie Portman and Michael Caine. And I say Natalie Portman because my first ever acting true film and TV class, the first scene study I did was from The Professional, which is a movie she did. And so when I was 8 years old, I watched her and I really based my acting off her. And then eventually I just realized how incredible she was and how smart she was. She even went to university and she has a good head on her shoulders. So I thought she was a very good role model to have as an actor. And Michael Caine's just a genius. So
well, you actually just reminded me of my first job when I was about 4. Mm-hmm. And my mum said to me, Jamie, it was actually a film with my dad, do you want to be an actress? And I said, no, I want to be Prime Minister. And she said, no, but it'd be really good to be an actress. And I was like, no, I don't want to. So then I agreed to it. And then she explained to me that I had to be a little boy and I had to put all my hair up into a woolen cap. And I was like, no, I don't like boys. So things change.
That was then.
That was then.
Now she's Prime Minister.
Exactly. Oh, well, other than being a Prime Minister.
Monday, I'll be meeting a couple of old mates from the game.
What attracted you guys to the role? You actually kind of what attracted you guys to Defiance, actually? Just actually the character.
Well, my standard answer that I give to anyone who says, what attracted you to, is I have a mortgage. A very large mortgage. No, I'm just kidding. No, it was fascinating. I've been a big fan of science fiction for years. I loved science fiction. And I really didn't know what this was about. And I just heard it was a guy who owned a mine in town in the year 40, what year are we in? 2060 something?
46.
Yeah, and I thought, this sounds interesting, and there's people from other planets coming in. And after that, I guess it interested me after I watched District 9 and think,
Yeah.
oh, this is plausible.
Yeah.
This could be fun. So I went and said, sure, I'll do it. Yeah.
And the fact that the District 9 is a brilliant reference, because that's one of the amazing things about sci-fi. It's such an intricate world. It's so fantastical. It's removed from us so much so that you can watch it from an outsider's perspective, but you can re-examine really important themes. So, in District 9, and I think in Defiance, you have this immigrant drama. In my drama in Defiance, obviously, I'm a Castlevania and I come from a very patriarchal society, so I get to look at, gender issues. And, I think that there are all sorts of issues throughout the show that we're able to look at and in a whole new way.
Yeah, the show, when I first auditioned for it, I was fortunate enough to read the pilot, and that's really what hooked me, was the storyline and the different themes that the show had. It was just so well written, really, and I had worked with Jaime Murray previously, and so I really wanted to be able to work with him a second time.
What did you work with him on?
It was a pilot called Nobody for ABC, I believe, but it didn't go. I was like 8 when I did it.
Valentine with him.
Oh, you did?
Yeah.
The more you know. But no, I really liked the role of Christie. I was still in high school when I was auditioning for it, and just the whole Romeo and Juliet thing just seemed so amazingly sappy to me. And I was like, this is perfect. What teenage girl doesn't want to play this role? So I was very lucky to book it.
Any of you have anything?
Yeah, I like digging in the ground. What I have in common in my character. My wife says, the character you play as Rafe McCawley is, you don't have to do a lot to prepare it. So you're a cross between Archie Bunker and the guy from the TV series Young and Restless, who owns everything in town. You're grumpy, you're cheap.
And that's why I love you.
That's why I love you, she said.
You're grumpy and cheap, but you're my grumpy and cheap.
Yeah, I think every actor has a little bit in common with any character that he takes on, or else the fascination wouldn't be there to do it. So, we all have at least a dozen people living inside of us.
Yeah, absolutely.
Or else we couldn't do it.
I mean, I feel bad now because I play one bad character after another, so what does that say about me?
You're good at it.
Why? I don't know. I mean, I love the colour white. I love Tony Curran, who plays my husband. So I suppose those things are very close to Stahma.
I'd say Christie's morals and mine are pretty similar. Family is a huge thing for her, as well as for me. So I just think it's great, especially in the show. Her mother is gone, and she clings on to her father, and she has Alec now, who she, true love is what she believes in, and maybe one day I'll find mine. But, so, she believes in it too, and there's just so many, she's just such a brave and strong girl, and I like to think of myself as that way too sometimes.
I just want to know what developments would you like to see in your own characters going through the new season? Is there something that you, keeping it spoiler for you, of course, where do you think you could see them going, or what would you like to see from them?
Jeez, I don't know.
I'd like to see Christie spread her wings more and be able to really discover her own personality. Because season 1, she's growing up, she's a 17-year-old girl. No one really knows at 17 years old who they are. I'm really hoping for season 2 for her to really be able to play around with herself and her emotionality and just figure out who she is and play around with that.
I think that Stahma, one thing about her, and it was a choice I made as well, is I really kind of thought about that geisha girl, that geisha woman, and how a geisha is very polite and wears a mask all the time, and I really enjoyed doing that, but I did like the moments when the mask slipped, and I'd maybe like to see what's beneath the mask a little more this season, and we are. So that's we're definitely going in the direction that I would have chosen for myself, and it's exciting to me.
Well, I'd like to see Rafe do a stand-up comedy act at the Need One. No, I'm just kidding.
Well, you are dancing at the Need One,
yes,
though, aren't you?
I'm
Because,
pole dancing.
When the reps come in, Rafe starts
Pole
to...
dancing covered in Vaseline.
Because the mines, it's just not the same.
Picking up soldiers. I really don't know, but character development with Rafe is, I leave that in the writer's hands to let me do whatever they write on the page and have the opportunity to take the character and just do it. So
That's why you're pole dancing.
that's why I'm pole dancing.
Mega Man.
Warrior.
Nice meeting you.
Yeah,
Yes,
nice
thank you all.
meeting you.
Nice to meet you too, guys.
Thank you.
And then we your roommate.